Oh, hey guys, how the frig's it going? Oh my god, I'm so freaking tired. Friday, Saturday, and today's Sunday. Yeah, the whole weekend's gone. You're probably saying, Adam, it's already Sunday, you didn't film anything. What the hell? Normally you spend the weekend filming. Why didn't you film? I had a job this weekend, guys. No, it's not my regular job. It's not my IT job. I had a different job this weekend. It's a job that I never thought I would ever do in the history of doing a job, but I did a job, so I'm going to tell you about it. I basically worked at Pride. LGBTQ community. There's a plus at the end of that. And basically, this weekend was, not this weekend, it actually started Wednesday. I was just hired to come out on weekends and work Pride as a security officer. Basically walk the grounds, make sure everybody's being good, nobody's doing stupid stuff and causing a ruckus, so on and so forth. So Friday night, literally it was get off work at 5, jump in Dirty Bird and rush my ass over to the Capitol Center, which is where Pride was, to basically run backstage security to make sure nobody came in through the backstage. Anybody who came in signed off on the COVID tracer page, so on and so forth, all that fun stuff, right? And then basically offer muscle to haul gear in for the bands and stuff, and all that fun, exciting stuff. And then afterwards there was an after party, which I was not aware of. So originally I was supposed to work from like 5 till 11, and then I was going to come home and sleep because the next day I had to be there at 7 o'clock in the freaking morning to assist in installing fence, because we were having a block party, which basically they rented a parking lot and we were to fence it off. So I had to go over there to help set up the fence and then basically walk the crowd and make sure everybody's behaving. Nobody has any open liquor because we weren't licensed for liquor, and nobody was being a dick. So we had a couple dicks, a couple people that showed up and, had to spout off about gay rights and all that, and being just ignorant and stuff, and so us as security had to step up and escort them off the property and listen to them chirp, and nobody got violent, which is good. There was one lady who made an 8-year-old girl cry because, well, that's basically a thing, spouting off about nonsense and bullshit, and we had to escort her off the property, and she tried to make a comeback, and then we kind of cut her off and told her to beat it, as I was already halfway through dialing the cops, because if she didn't beat it, I was calling the cops and having her picked up, put in the jail for the weekend, because in the weekend you can't get let out, you can't see a judge till Monday, so you're basically locked up. And then sure enough, after that party, so we did the block party from like 2, so from 7 till 2, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. We did set up, got everything all set up and stuff, and all the cool stuff. And then at 6, they shut down the block party. And then at 7 o'clock, we had the concert. So there was a concert last night that I went to. It was 3 performers, one that I remember from like high school, and the other 2, I had no idea who the frig they were. Basically, it was Danny Doucette. Maybe you guys know them, I don't know. Danny Doucette, Biff Naked, and the third one was Serena Wild. Did I get that right? Serena Wilder, I think. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, so they had them 3. Pretty good concert, like not my type of music, because I'm kind of stuck in the 80s, and it's like, if it ain't like AC/DC, Aerosmith, or when I'm in my metal moods, like Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath and Megadeth, Metallica before they sold out for radio play, like that kind of stuff. So like this new age stuff, that's all, that's good, and it's not my cup of tea. But I watched it, was a pretty good concert. And then after that, sure enough, another after party. So yeah, so you go to these after parties, right? And you don't drink. Well, I don't drink, so I didn't really drink, and they're drinking, they're doing God knows what else. I don't really care, whatever. Makes them happy, freaking hammer down, as long as nobody overdoses and dies. You be you, boo. I don't freaking care. But yeah, so we go to these after parties, and Joss is the one who got me the job, by the way, for the security. You guys remember Joss from the karaoke days? So we're sitting at the kitchen table, and she's like, oh yeah, because she was one of the DJs during the day for the block party to spin some tunes. She bought this, I don't know, anyway. It's one of those mixing boards. It's got like the 2 record players on it. You can sync up an MP3 to each one of the sides, and you can scratch, and then you got the buttons to put different, whatever. It's a really cool little deck. So we were playing with that on Friday night, doing some mixes of some songs and scratching records and other neat things like that. So that was kind of cool. And then last night we just kind of like sat around. We were all just chatting about shit and talking about the day and all the nonsense. And well, not really that much nonsense. Like I said, we only had 3 troublemakers for a freaking 4-hour party, which is pretty damn good, seeing how it was for the LGBTQ community. And during this whole Pride, there was also a march of the PPC. If you're in Canada, you realize we now have 4 parties you can vote for. You got the Liberals, the NDP, Conservatives, and the People Party of Canada. Basically, Liberals like full left, NDP's like moderate left, Conservatives like moderate right, and then PPC is like full-blown right. If you're wondering how it works, at least that's the way I see it, because like the Conservatives have their things, but they're kind of leaning a little liberal on it. Then PPC is like full-blown conservative mode activate. When I found out they were doing a march for freedom, I thought, they're gonna know that we're doing this Pride thing here, so let's see if they're gonna be dicks and come marching down the street and just try and cause a little ruckus and come marching right through and trying to cause problems, because it's like we had 4 security officers, and it's not like we're allowed to start punching people out. Anyway, but I don't know, it was a good weekend, but the problem is those after parties, right? Like today, I just got back. We had to go and pull down a bunch of fencing. All the fencing we put up yesterday, we had to go take it down today because the parking lot we rented, we only had it till basically 3 o'clock today. So it's currently 4 o'clock now. I got back about an hour ago. Yeah, so we get home from that after party last night. I had to drive my buddy Jean back to his house because he came out and ran security with us yesterday. So I had to drop him off. By the time I got home, it was 5:30 in the morning. And I had to be there for 11 to help tear down and get everything clean. So I've literally, over this entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, and today, I think tops, I got maybe 6 hours of sleep over the entire weekend. So I'm feeling pretty blasted. I was gonna do a workout today, but I'm like, you know what? The best way to get a freaking injury, honestly, the best way. You ever want to injure yourself during a workout? Don't sleep for a couple days, or sleep like shit for a couple days and go lift. Guaranteed something's gonna be like, bro, you're dumb, I'm breaking. And you're gonna just break something. Fun, but yeah, it is what it is. So I had no idea what to do for a video today, because like literally I was thinking about working on Dirty Bird. I found out about the rear speakers, I talked about them, and I was like, you know, this guy, why can't I get those rear speakers to play? Do I gotta run new speaker wire? No, I don't. You wanna know why? I tested some other speakers I had some shitty speakers in the garage. They were like 4-inch round ones, or 5-inch round ones. Do I still have the old Ford speakers in here? Because that'd be super duper. I know I got the old Ford stereo in here somewhere. Because I replaced the Ford speakers in the doors. They won't fit in the Trans Am, mind you, but it'd be kind of cool if I had them. Because I could probably modify the Trans Am to take them. I don't. Yeah, the Trans Am uses a weird size. You guys, anybody who owned an old Chevy Sierra or maybe a Cutlass, or you're under the pad front speakers, under the dash front speakers. They were 4x6. They're oval shaped, sound like ass, pretty much garbage. Get zero bass out of them. Perfect little tweeter setups, but they sound like ass. That's why I bought those Clarions that are like a 4-inch driver and a little 1-inch tweeter, because I figured I'd get better sound out of them. Turns out the reason why, it's not because of the wiring why those speakers sound like ass. The reason why is because those speakers are blown. I bought blown speakers off of eBay a long ass time ago, so they're just no good. Because I tested them and I was like, all right, so I hook them up and they're crackling. I'm like, well, is it the wiring? So I went and grabbed those 4-inch speakers out of the garage. I hooked them up in the Trans Am. Full sound, like full sound. Not the greatest sound because they're old speakers, but we had sound. So that right away told me, okay, my wiring in the door is fine. I don't need to strip the wiring and run new speaker wires. That would have been a big waste of time and I would have friggin' been so mad. So the problem is the actual speakers themselves. So I'm like, what do? Do I waste money and buy 4x6s that are gonna sound like bassless crap? Or do I make a speaker pod for the door using fiberglass resin, or not for the door, for the back panel, using fiberglass resin, and put round speakers in it so you can get better sound acoustics and maybe a little bit more thump, a little bit more bass, so it doesn't sound like a friggin' tin can in there. 4x6 would be the easiest solution because the hole's there. Just plug in the speaker, fire it in the wall, screw it into place, and call it a day. Sound quality wouldn't be the greatest, but hey, you know what? Win-win. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Then we got 4 speakers in there, and I don't have to crank the stereo up to max just to get some decent noise. The other thing I was thinking was saying, cap off that area and get some like 6x9 boxes, put them in the trunk on the back deck, like Velcro them down, and run 6x9s in the back, and that might give me better sound. That was the other option I was thinking. No amps, gonna run everything off the stereos amp. I do not want to put another subwoofer in there. I know you guys are thinking, Adam, just put a subwoofer in there and that'll give you all the bass you could ever want. Yeah, that's true, but I had a subwoofer in there and I don't need that much bass. I just want it to sound a little better than what it does sound. But anyway, whatever, not a big deal. As far as the front end goes, fixing the front end, I'm like, you know what, I don't really want to do that yet. I'm gonna wait till next year because I'm still not sure what I'm gonna be doing with the car. If I'm gonna leave it in the driveway, I'm probably gonna put it in the garage, who am I kidding? But I don't want to get the front end fixed this year. I'm gonna do that next year. I'm 100% certain now that it is the front links that are shot, because I told my buddy, I'm like, you know what, the car drives straight until you drive on a road that's been driven on by heavy transports and they got the divots. The wheels will seek the divots. And he's like, oh yeah, he goes, your front links are stretched, or they're not doing what they should be doing by holding the tires perfectly. So the one is like moving over, so the car will pull and then the whole car will move. And he's like, that's just a common fault. He goes, when you replace them, get Moog. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because they actually don't do that after 1 year. They last. And I was like, all right, good to know. So another project that I need to work on. Let's go outside. Oh man, such a beauty day. It's been kind of up and down lately with the weather, but yeah, so far so good today. I dig it. One of these days I gotta have another fire. I haven't done that in a while, and I'm not sure what the heck is going on here, but whatever the hell this stuff is, it's encroaching on my friggin' fire pit. Whatever. Anyway, gotta have a fire one of these days. It's been a while. I dig it. I gotta get my freaking weed whacker going so I can kill all this off. It's just gonna come back next year, so whatever. One of the big projects that I was gonna do this weekend before I was asked to run security is I need to clean up this garage. This place, when I was working on the Trans Am, I left the door open and she got friggin' straight up wrecked. Well, a lot of that's also stuff that I left lying around. But with winter coming, I need to get this bike some more work I gotta do to it. I gotta clean up this down here. I gotta pull everything out of here and reorganize it. That's a given, because it's a freaking mess down here, that's for sure. Gotta get this ladder back up top, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do something in here. I was kind of hoping I'd have more money this year. I was gonna buy a shed so I could put like the wood chipper in it and these things in it, and then use this here more for things that I use in the summer that I don't need in the winter, like the bike, the mower. The mower I probably put in the shed. You know, like this sled here, it can stay up there, it's fine. It's gonna come down for the winter because ice fishing season is gonna start back up. All that fun stuff. Yeah, it would just be nice to have this a little more cleared out so I can use it for more whatever, like putting the bike down there or putting other things down there, and use this here for the car. Like, it'd be nice to be, if it's raining and I wanted to work on my Trans Am, I could just grab it, bring it in here and work on it, and then not have to be like, oh, it's raining today, I can't work on the Trans Am. Just pull into the garage and work on it. Back before I had all this crap and I had my Ford Focus, that's what I did a bunch of times. Because when you own a Ford Focus, every spring you set a date aside and that there's a bodywork day. Basically, you're always doing the same body work. You're treating the rear dog ears on the freaking car because they get sandblasted as you're driving down the highway and just get right rotten. So every year you got to do the same body work. You got to knock the rust off and paint it and then rock guard it. I used to like triple rock guard it, like put that foggy stuff on, you know, that spray on stuff kind of gives it like a matte finish and it's pretty thick. I used to like do a triple coat of that and it would be enough to last me for the year because I was doing a lot of highway miles on that car. And then you do the wheel wells because they would just rot. So you clean them up, clean up the rust, and then put paint on it and clear it, and it looked good for another season. Those old cars, Tempos and Focuses, they just rotted. So awesome. But it'd be nice if I had the room in here to basically do that, and I would if I had a shed to put all the utility stuff in, like the lawnmowers and the weed whackers and all that. And I still got to get rid of my couch, and once I do, this thing coming in the house and going in its place, which is going to be nice because I'll have an exercise bike, so if I want to watch a movie I can just sit downstairs on this thing and pedal my ass off and watch a movie and get some cardio. Mind you, right now what I do is I stand upstairs and I run my stepper. You know, light cardio, it's constant and it's good. So that's what I'm doing now. Also, did you guys know something really big happened on YouTube? My buddy was texting me about it all weekend and I was like, bro, I don't have time to look into this because I'm currently working, doing security for Pride. I'm like, I'll look into it as soon as I can. So he texted me on Friday about it. That's when I told him, I said, I'm working at Pride, man. I don't have time right now. I'll have to check out when I get home. And I forgot to check when I got home because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning and I had to be up for 7. So I was like, well, shit. So, no, I got home at 3 o'clock, sorry. And then had to be up at 7. So I got like 3.5 hours of sleep to be there for 9. Anyway, enough of that. And then on Saturday, he's like, did you look into it? Do you have any advice for me? And I'm like, sorry, bro. Like, frick, I had to be up there like early and I don't know how late we're going till tonight. So when I get home tonight, I'll look into it. And he messaged me today and he's like, dude, I really need your help on this. I don't know what the hell to do. Apparently outdoor channels, anybody doing like hunting and fishing and, well, I don't know about fishing, but hunting for sure, where they show, you know, them going like hunting a deer, dropping a deer. YouTube sent everybody an email saying, we've revoked your monetization. We've determined that your channel doesn't meet our specifications for monetization, and we've decided to close your account due to videos containing unmonetizable content. And this happened in the past, if you guys remember, after there was a YouTuber, FPS Russia, and he used to make firearm videos, and he used to have some crazy firearm videos. Like, he would demonstrate like fully automatic shotguns and stuff, and it was pretty cool. But there was an incident that happened on YouTube and his channel got, well, I think he died. I think he was shot, and because of that it caused a huge uproar, and a lot of monetizers were like, we don't want our ads on gun videos. And then they started banning anything that had a firearm in it. Now, here's the thing. This happened before, you guys remember, when every single channel on the internet was getting monetized. You could literally start a channel tomorrow and put up 2 videos, and then YouTube would be like, oh, you're actually a content creator. Would you like to make some money? Please fill in this following form. Congratulations, your channel's now making ad rev. You wouldn't make much because, let's face it, a small channel, like even like my channel, I used to make about $50 a month, and that was me uploading every damn day. So like, you don't make much money off of YouTube. You just, you know, mailbox money, that's what we call it, unless you're somebody big like the higher ups, like my buddy who was bugging me. He would bring in about, you know, anywhere from like 5 figures a month. I'm just gonna put that out there because I don't want to drop his dollar earnings, but he made a lot more money doing YouTube than I do working. All right. Now he's not, because he got the Dear John letter saying that because his channel contains a lot of videos that go against the terms of services and so on and so forth, YouTube's cracking down on it. Now what I'm wondering is, like, a lot of stuff happened when the pandemic started, like when COVID started. Number one, everything went automated. YouTube didn't know what to do. I had ad rev back then. I was still monetized back then. They changed it where a person wouldn't authorize your video. Like when you put your video for monetized, it had to go through a review process, where it would first go through the tier 1 review, which was kind of like Shazam, that app on your phone that would tell you what kind of song is playing. So it would go through that, and then it would decide if yes or no there was copyright music, and then once that was done, then it would pass the copyright. Then it would go through another analytic that would look for images of anything that looked phallic or sexual or any sort of firearm or whatever was against YouTube at that time that they deemed questionable. And if it set off an alarm, it would do like a check. So like, let's say I was holding like a squirt gun. It's shaped like a pistol, but it's not meeting the full criteria because it's red with a blue tip. That video is now being sent to a human. That human's gonna watch the video and go, oh, this is harmless. They're just showing you what happens when you put ketchup in a squirt gun or something stupid like that. Like some of these videos out there, right? Like people are like, what happens when you put mayonnaise in your squirt gun? And it's like, oh, it doesn't work. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, favorite. But that's basically what it is. But when COVID hit, they couldn't have people in the office doing that. So they're like, what are we gonna do? They literally turned control over to grading your video, if it's monetizable or not, to you. So you would upload your video, you would monetize it for whatever thing, choose what kind of ads you want to put on your video, and then the next screen would come up and you would have to say, does your video contain coarse language? Does your video contain any firearms or hunting? Does your video contain children? Because remember, COPA, that's a new thing, the Children's Something Protection Act. I'll figure that out. Online Protection Act, maybe? I don't know. But that's the thing. So you have all these different things that you got to go in and, like, if does it contain coarse language, you can say yes, but it's just like this kind, and that's okay. But then if you're like swearing, if you're like openly dropping F-bombs, then you got to choose that, and then your video gets yellow or red. And if it's red, it's non-monetizable. If it's yellow, there will be some ads, but it's only certain companies that are like, we don't care what the content is. You can go ahead and put the ads up, and usually those ads are like alcohol ads or whatever. Election ads, because election ads, they don't care if you're swearing on it. They just want to get the word out that they're in an election. Like, they really don't care. So what I'm thinking happened is a lot of these people who did hunting videos, and I actually asked my buddy, I'm like, when you were filling it out, I'm like, did you scroll down and say that there's firearms in your video? And he's like, no. I said, why didn't you do that? He's like, because then I couldn't get ads on it. I said, yeah, exactly. You couldn't get ads on it. So you literally lied to them, and now they caught up. So I'm wondering if that's what's happening with all these other guys, because I noticed an influx today, because I am subscribed to a lot of like videos that do hunting and fishing, you know, like Flair and Mindak and Mav, a bunch of different guys on YouTube, Field Days, and trying to think of anybody else that I can just pull off the top of my head, but that's about it. Lojo, a lot of the Guggen guys I watch. And they all do pretty much the same shit. Like, they'll fish during the summer, but then come fall, and when hunting season opens up, you know, they go after their fowl, and then they'll go after their deers and bears and whatever else. Oh, it's a chippy. Look at him. He's so cute. He's a little potato face. Who's a chippy? Hi, buddy. What are you doing? I can see you, you know that, right? How close can I get to that eyeball? Well, that's full zoom. Look at him, he's so cute. He's like a little potato face. Goodbye, buddy. You do chippy things. So like that's where I'm wondering, like, because I asked him, like, you got to tell me you have firearms. Otherwise, your videos are not monetized. So if you're literally showing like a shotgun or 30-06 and you're in the woods and you can clearly see that you're holding a gun, you can clearly hear the bang and you clearly see the deer drop, why are you telling them there's no gun? Smarten up. And even like airsoft now, paintball guns. If you have a paintball gun and you, like if I were, my buddy was like, oh man, you should come paintballing, you can strap a GoPro on, that'd be awesome for your viewers. Well, back when I was making money, it's like, yeah, it would be, except for I couldn't monetize it. And it might actually get the channel in trouble because stupidity, right? Paintball, you put a warning up. Yeah, we're playing paintball, guys. It's freaking bath beads filled with beef broth and coloring, because that's how they do it now. So they're all biodegradable and edible, so if an animal eats it, they're not going to get the shits. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Like, it would have been awesome. You guys would have loved it. It would have been like watching an episode of Doom or something, or like Duke Nukem running around with a friggin'... I would have put one on the gun, or on the marker, I should call it. One on the marker and one on my shoulder or on my chest. And that way there, it's like when I'm taking aim, you can just see the barrel. And then when I'm running it, you can see like me. That'd be kind of fun, but I just never did it for YouTube because the rules are ridiculous. You gotta watch what content you make now, because a lot of these big guys just lost their livelihood, and I knew it was coming. I knew it was gonna happen. The moment I saw YouTube was allowing people to grade their own content, I'm like, people aren't gonna be able to do that. They're gonna freaking lie. They're gonna say there's no firearms, or there's no swearing, or there's no... And then, boom. YouTube's one day going to go back to normal, where there's people in the office and they're going to see flags on videos and they're going to review it and go, holy crap, this guy's been uploading hunting videos with firearms saying there's no firearms in it for the past freaking year. We got to do something about this. So they're giving them a 30-day suspension and telling them to like fix their shit, but is that Chippy again? Anyway, seriously, dude, I'm going this way, stupid Chippy. Yeah, so they're getting a 30-day suspension, but that means for the next month they're not going to make any money. And I know my buddy, he's kind of upset because he was stupid and he just bought himself a brand new truck for hunting season, and now he's not sure how the hell he's going to make the payments, because he just bought himself a brand new Chevy Silverado, complete with a bunch of nonsense and bullshit that I don't know why a truck needs for hunting, but whatever. He went all into it and bought the biggest Silverado possible. I think he said it was about $89,000 for a freaking truck. It's got some weird features and stuff, and whatever. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to make my payments on this and the insurance and all that. Well, YouTube taking my money away. And I'm like, why'd you buy a new truck? Why'd you go on payment plan? Why did you do that? If you can't have a way to pay for it. You know, when I bought my truck, I had a job. I have a way to pay for it. He's like, I didn't expect YouTube to do this. I'm like, you can't trust YouTube. You got nobody to call YouTube. You know, if my boss wanted to fire me tomorrow, I can be like, why? What did I do wrong? What's wrong? And you'd be like, we're firing you because blah. And I can be like, okay, is there any way we can fix this? Like, I can actually work with somebody. At YouTube, shit hits the fan. There's nobody to talk to. Nobody cares. So... You know, a lot of these big YouTubers, you think they have a contact on the inside because they make all this money for YouTube. No. YouTube doesn't care. They go through enough freaking lawyers and contracts and all this other crap, and it's about to get really, really, really worse if a lot of these data protection laws come into play, because they're going to be shelling out more for freaking lawyers fighting battles that they wouldn't have to fight if people would just follow rules rather than trying to breach them for their own monetary gain. Not defending YouTube on this, I'm just saying, if YouTube's your job, have a backup plan, because that job's about as stable as nitroglycerin in a paint mixer. Luckily for me, it was just mailbox money, and well, I make more Bitcoin mining than I ever did making these videos. That's what I told him. I told my buddy, I'm like, dude, like, I haven't been monetizing forever. He's like, why'd you lose your monetization? I'm like, I don't know, they just told me I lost it. Thanks for coming out, GG. no reason. He's like, doesn't that piss you off? And I'm like, kinda, but like honestly, I make more making Bitcoin, and I don't feel forced to pick up the camera all the time. Like today, I'm just doing it because I gotta let you guys know what my weekend consisted of. I kind of want to keep you guys regularly updated, you know. You're being nice enough to stay subscribed to the channel. I figure I should be nice enough to pick up a camera and talk to you at least. Got some more projects on Dirty Bird. Right now the funding isn't there, but we'll figure that out as we go. Because I do love my car. I do want to get that car back up into prime time shape and drive the tits off it next year, man. 2022. Who am I kidding? It's gonna be COVID again. This thing's never going away, but hopefully we can get, you know, smarter. Also, anybody who's on my Facebook who also watches these videos, you guys already know it. You remember Oreo, the scruffy fluffy puppy wuppy? Yeah, he's not so scruffy, not so fluffy, but he's still a puppy. That's Oreo, guys. Look at him. Oreo. Okay, that's proof. That's proof, right? Who else jumps like that? That's Oreo right there. Oreo, sit. Speak. Can you maybe not? Speak. I can't get him to bark. But that's Oreo. That's him. So I bring him to the groomers because, well, his fur was super matted and he had quets. Okay, stop. Seriously, enough. Dude, enough. 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 So I bring him to the groomer because his fur is just wrecked. It's super fluffy and smelled like 1,000 assholes. And I'm like, you know what? We're gonna get him cut. So I bring him there, and she's like, listen, I was gonna do a teddy bear cut to him, but his fur is bad. His undercoat is matted. His overcoat's matted. Hell, his coat that's trying to come in through the overcoat is matted. Any new fur on this thing is just wrecked. We got to start from scratch. And I was like, yeah, I kind of figured that. I kind of went a little too long, and I probably shouldn't have shaved him. That's what she said too. She's like, by you cutting his hair and, you know, not knowing what you're doing, you sort of helped with the matting. $50. She's like, I can take him down to the wood. And I said, you know what? Go ahead and do that. Well, they did. And this is Oreo now. This is what a Pomeranian looks like when you shave them down to the wood. Stay down. Stay down. That's what they look like. That's Oreo. He doesn't even look like my dog anymore. He doesn't. He doesn't even look like Oreo. He looks ridiculous. But it's like I didn't realize how small he was, right? Well, I get him back from the groomers. He comes in the house and scampers. It's just like, what the hell is that? She's hissing at him. She was like right pissed off with Oreo. Didn't know what the heck he was. Just taking shots at him and stuff. Poor guy. He was like, what's going on? Like, what? Number one, he didn't stink anymore, so she didn't know that smell. And number two, he wasn't fluffy anymore, so she thought he was a brand new dog. And she did not like him. Not one bit. So took a little bit. They became buddies again. I think she realized what happened. Now she's like, holy crap, you really are a little shit. Because I'm pretty sure she's the big beast in the house now, not Oreo. Because this thing weighs nothing. But anyway, guys, that's going to be my video for today. I know it's just a lot of walking and talking and rambling and nonsense and bullshit. Just thought I'd let you know what's going on. So if you do an outdoor channel and your channel got demonetized and you lied about having guns, yeah, don't do that. Also, I got some other ideas for the future, but like I say, there's going to be financial issues because, well, we're moving into Christmas and that's always a financial issue. So yeah, we're just gonna friggin' go with the flow and see what we do. I think my buddy was like, I don't know why you pick up the camera anymore. You don't make money off of it. And I'm just like, I pick up the camera because I want to pick up the camera. Like, it's not about the money. It was never about the money. I never really made money on this channel. A couple bucks at the end of the month. I was like, oh, here's $50. I can buy 2 bags of Senkos. Like, that's I had 12 bucks a bag of Senkos. You can buy like 2 bags of Senkos and maybe a couple friggin' packages of hooks for a month's worth of YouTube videos. Like, holy crap. Spend those in 2 nights of fishing. Super awesome. Thanks for coming out. GG. Anyway, people, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I know it wasn't much, but Oreo got shaved. Talked about future projects. Let you know what I did for the weekend. So I ran security for Pride. Somebody asked me on Instagram, "Oh, you finally came out?" And I'm like, "No, I went and did security for Pride." Like, you could be straight and still go and enjoy an event, guys. It's such a thing. You can still go and support the LGBT. I probably said that wrong. LGBTQ plus community and be perfectly straight. It's not a big deal. It's not like you gotta be gay to go to these events. You can support people. It's fine. It's okay. You know, it's 2021. You can do things. And if you feel otherwise, well, you're probably one of the people that I threw out of that friggin' party on Saturday. So, you know, different strokes for different folks, but some people like to spout off their opinion a little bit too loud and like to make 8-year-old little girls cry because they're that manly. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, even though I don't film it anymore, fish, lift, cycle, never stop. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.